welcome to College Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard for this Monday, February 20th, and we have the scores from Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and we'll get right to it. Coming to you from the Skybox Podcast Center. Starting from Friday, we had 14 games on Friday, starting with Harvard defeating Columbia 78-72, Iona defeating Marist 95-88, Cornell over Dartmouth 69-65, Illinois Chicago defeating Detroit Mercy 74-69, Oakland over Valparaiso 82-71, Canisius over Rider 85-77, Kent State over Akron 70-67. Penn defeats Brown 96-72, Princeton over Yale 71-52, Arkansas State over Little Rock 67-58. Fairfield defeats Quinnipiac 89-86 in OT. VCU over Richmond 84-73. Eastern Washington defeats Idaho 77-67, and then Stanford defeating California 73-68. And those are the scores from Friday. Saturday, 139 games. Number 1, Gonzaga defeating Pacific 82-61. Number 2, Villanova over Seton Hall 92-70. Number 3, Kansas over number 4, Baylor 67-65. Number 5, Arizona defeating Washington 76-68. And a blowout alert. Number 6, UCLA defeating USC 102-70. And then we have number 7, Oregon defeating Colorado 101-73. Number 8, Louisville defeating Virginia Tech 94-90. Number 9, West Virginia defeats Texas Tech 83-74 in double OT. Number 10, North Carolina over number 14, Virginia 65-41. Number 12, Duke defeats Wake Forest 99-94. Number 13, Kentucky defeats Georgia 82-77. Number 15, Florida over Mississippi State 57-52. Number 16, Purdue over Michigan State 80-63. Pittsburgh defeats number 17, Florida State, 80-66. Number 18, Cincinnati over Tulsa, 80-60. Number 19, SMU over Houston, 76-66. Vanderbilt defeating number 21, South Carolina, 71-62. Number 22, St. Mary's, California defeats BYU, 70-57. Number 25, Notre Dame defeats North Carolina State, 81-72. College Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard. Some more Saturday scores. Wichita State defeats Northern Iowa 73-44. LIU Brooklyn over Sacred Heart 83-82. Miami, Florida over Clemson 71-65. Southeast Missouri State defeats Tennessee Martin 90-61. Davidson over Massachusetts 79-74. New Hampshire defeats Hartford 82-52. All right, Tennessee defeats Missouri 90-70. Mercer over Citadel 89-78. Charleston over Northeastern 85-71. UMBC over Massachusetts Lowell 108-102. Army West Point over the Navy 71-68. Kansas State defeats Texas 64-71. Dayton over St. Bonaventure 76-72. Tulane defeating South Florida 94-71. Winthrop over Liberty 84-67. Bradley over Evansville 84-72. Illinois defeats Iowa 70-66. Fordham over St. Louis 54-40. Ellen defeats Drexel 65-56. Ohio over Bowling Green 95-75. Green Bay over Milwaukee 80-56. Florida Gulf Coast defeats South Carolina Upstate 97-89 in OT. North Carolina Asheville defeats Campbell 66-53. Texas Arlington over Georgia State 68-67. Louisiana over Louisiana Monroe, 85-84. Alabama over LSU, 90-72. Robert Morris over Central Connecticut State, 74-64. Wright State over Cleveland State, 74-68. In double overtime, Buffalo defeats Miami, Ohio, 71-58. Wagner over St. Francis Brooklyn, 73-55. Texas A&M defeating Auburn 81-62. North Carolina Wilmington over Hofstra 83-76. Rhode Island over George Mason 77-74. Western Michigan Again, defeats Eastern Michigan, a little east versus west. Western Michigan wins this one 88-80. Southern Utah over Northern Arizona 84-68. Montana State over Sacramento State 62-59. South Carolina State defeating Coppin State 84-79. Central Florida over East Florida 61-58. North Carolina Central over Maryland Eastern Shore 82-69. Bethune-Cookman over Hampton 62-61. NJIT over Stetson 60-56. Bryant defeats St. Francis of PA 79-75. College Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard. More scores from Saturday. North Texas defeating Texas San Antonio 83-73. LaSalle over St. Joseph's 83-68. Morgan State over Savannah State 83-75. Mount St. Mary's over Fairleigh Dickinson 79-74. Incarnate Word over Sam Houston State 69-53. North Carolina Greensboro over Furman 73-52. South Dakota defeating Oral Roberts 86-72. Kennesaw State over North Florida 85-68. Ball State defeats Central Michigan 109-100 in OT. Also in OT, Toledo defeating Northern Illinois 88-80. Radford over Longwood 79-72. San Jose State over the Air Force 83-78 in OT. Lipscomb over Jacksonville 81-69. East Tennessee State over Chattanooga 65-51. Belmont over Morehead State 89-73. North Dakota State defeating Western Illinois 100-91 in double OT. Florida Atlantic defeating Southern Miss 94-82. Georgia Southern over Texas State 70-67. New Orleans defeats Central Arkansas 84-61. Washington State over Arizona State 86-71. Troy over Coastal Carolina 87-78. Charleston Southern over High Point 76-75. Northwestern over Rutgers 69-65. Fresno State over New Mexico 71-61. Arkansas defeating Ole Miss 98-80. Middle Tennessee over Marshall 97-86. Iowa State defeats TCU 84-71. Norfolk State over Florida A&M 77-65 in double OT. Boise State over Wyoming 91-87. Princeton over Brown 66-51. Nebraska over Ohio State 58-57. Stephen F. Austin over Southern Louisiana 60-52. Howard defeats North Carolina A&T 84-53. Prairie View A&M defeats Mississippi Valley State 82-69. Loyola Marymount over Pepperdine 82-61. UMKC over Chicago State 84-65. Alcorn State defeats Alabama State 75-67. Southern University over Alabama A&M 77-64. Youngstown State over Northern Kentucky 81-77. Long Beach State over UC Santa Barbara 66-48. Dartmouth over Columbia 80-79 in OT. And go Seawolves, Stony Brook defeating Binghamton 76-55. Towson over James Madison 75-65. Sanford over VMI 80-61. Gardner Webb over Presbyterian 84-56. All right, more scores. From Saturday, Harvard defeating Cornell 87-75. Wolford over Western Carolina 84-56. Old Dominion over Charlotte 72-48. South Dakota State over IPFW 97-89. William and Mary over Delaware 85-64. Louisiana Tech over Florida International 77-61. Austin Peay over SIUE 92-84. Siena over Niagara 76-70. Tennessee Tech over Jacksonville State 79-78 in OT. Missouri State defeats Drake 76-73. New Mexico State over Texas Rio Grande Valley 107-101. Marquette over Xavier 83-61. UTEP over Rice 79-71. Oklahoma State defeating Oklahoma 96-92. Texas A&M CC over Lamar University 70-63. Nevada over Utah State 67-66. Eastern Illinois over Murray State 82-65. Northwestern State over Nicholls State 80-78. We have the Battle of the Baptist. Houston Baptist defeating Hillsdale Baptist 82-78. Then we also have South Alabama defeating Appalachian State 87-74, and then finally from Saturday, Grand Blanc defeating Jackson State 62-59 in OT. Oh no, wait, hold on. We got some more Saturday scores. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Tennessee State defeats Eastern Kentucky 68-66. Texas Southern over Arkansas Pine Bluff 78-40. Montana over Portland State 85-82. Grand Canyon over Utah Valley 77-71. North Dakota over Weber State 77-68. Northern Colorado over Idaho State 87-81. San Diego defeating Santa Clara 60-58 in double OT. Hawaii over Cal Poly 82-61. San Francisco over Portland 65-51. Cal State Bakersfield defeats Seattle 51-48. Cal State Fullerton over UC Davis 79-72. And then here's the last one from Saturday. UC Irvine, the Anteaters defeating UC Riverside 79-60. Now, taking a look at the Sunday scores, just 25 games this past Sunday, starting with number 11, Wisconsin defeating Maryland 71-60. Number 20, Creighton over Georgetown 87-70. Number 24, Butler defeating DePaul 82-66. Bucknell over Boston 86-66. And then we have Colgate defeating Loyola Maryland 66-56 in OT. Lehigh defeats Lafayette 81-55. George Washington over Duquesne 77-70. Holy Cross over American University 69-54. Penn over Yale 71-55. St. Peter's over Fairfield 74-55. Western Kentucky over Alabama Birmingham 76-64. And then we have Marist defeating Canisius 76-74. And then we have Albany defeating Maine 74-56. Valparaiso over Detroit Mercy 83-73. Oakland over Illinois Chicago 87-75. And then we have IUPUI defeating Denver 83-72. Connecticut defeats Temple 64-63. Southern Illinois over Indiana State 74-68. Illinois State over Loyola Chicago 65-63. San Diego State over UNLV 77-64. Rider over Iona 103-85. Manhattan over Quinnipiac 95-74. Georgia Tech over Syracuse 71-65. Minnesota over Michigan 83-78 in OT. And then finally Oregon State defeating Utah 68-67. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. Thank you for tuning in. From the Skybox Podcast Center is Manny A, and this is College Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard. See you on Wednesday.